So I want to put you guys on today, and whoever's watching this call recording, I want to put you guys on. I'm not gonna make this call too long. We don't have to do the full hour. I mean, we're not gonna do the full hour anyway because we started late. But this is why I've been going to this is why I've been going to Shangri-La recently. Actually, let me break you guys down the routine that I've been following for the past 2 weeks. And if you can replicate this in some way, bro, I kept saying this to my friends yesterday. These have been the slowest yet fastest 2 weeks I've ever gone through in my life. These past 2 weeks, we got so much done. You don't understand, guys. We got we got so much done. We got more done in these past 2 weeks than we probably like in the past or most people would ever get done in 2 months or even 2 years. So these past 2 weeks, I can't I can't even put into words how crazy these past 2 weeks have been. And then I'll show you guys why. I'll show you guys why. This has been the number one game changer. The number one. Not like number two. This has been the main one. Because sometimes when I give advice or I spit game, I'm always like ambiguous or it's like, oh, it's a couple things. No, this has been the number one game changer. So listen up and I want you guys to see if you can implement it. Because you can. It's actually pretty easy to implement. It is actually easier than you think. So what I've basically been doing since over these past 2 weeks is I I was speaking to a guy, someone in my connection. His name is Evan, and on YouTube he's called Savvy Expat. So he's got his own business going on. He's actually kind of big here in BGC. No, not, well, BGC, one of the cities here in Philippines. So we've been keeping in touch for a while. We've actually met before, like once before, and we hit it off straight away, just talking about his business, my business, and then it was great. And then I went back to the province, which is basically like the village in Philippines to see family for Christmas and New Year. And then we agreed that I would hop on his podcast. So I'd hop on his podcast, like, hey man, you want to do the podcast when I come back and you want to co-work as well? I was like, and he's like, yeah, sure, of course, come through, let's do it. So after I came back from the province, which was 5th of January, no, no, not even 5th of January, like 2nd of January, we did the podcast on the 5th. And you can go check it out on YouTube. I can drop the link in the Slack. But we started that was the start of everything. That was the start of these insane ass 2 weeks. Because ever since then, I've just been co-working with the guy. And also I met his friend. So this guy is called Evan, and then his friend is called Yao, and he's Japanese. And he's got his own little business going on. And everyone is on the steady grind. So ever since I did the podcast, I've just been co-working with these guys almost pretty much every day. I almost haven't skipped a day. Like later today, I was thinking about skipping a day, but I'm not gonna skip a day because good things just keep happening every time I'm with these guys, and we go to Shangri-La and then wherever after. So this has been the schedule. So obviously we got the morning. We'll wake up. We'll wake up, and then I will, get ready, maybe knock out some work. Let's have a look. Get ready. But for the most part, I'll just wake up, get ready, and then I'll go straight to Shangri-La. It doesn't have to be Shangri-La. It's just the name of the place we've been going to. So essentially, how this works is in Shangri-La, in these like high-end like five-star hotel, five-star resort lounges. No, these five-star hotels and resorts. They'll have a lounge, and then to your surprise, it might be to your surprise, you can actually just walk. Usually, they'll just like let guests walk in, so it doesn't have to be people staying there. So you can literally walk into your nearest five-star hotel, and there's a good chance that you can walk in if you just buy a coffee, maybe buy a drink or whatnot, or buy some food. You don't have to spend a lot, but they'll let you stay there for as long as you want to be there for. And why that is so powerful is because, who's staying in these five-star hotels and resorts? Like, who do you think it is, guys? Who else would it be? Be rich people, be successful people. Not going to be some bum. It's not going to be your guys from your hometown. You're just going to be rich and successful people. So it goes back to the premise of surround yourself in the right environment. But not many people actually know how to do it properly. This is how you do it properly. The reason I went to Thailand, one of the big reasons why I left UK and moved to Thailand, moved to Philippines. Yeah, I was spending more money. Yeah, I had more stress on my shoulders. Yeah, it's on the other side of the world. Yeah, I didn't know what I was doing in the beginning. But why did I do it? Because it was the right environment for me to grow and thrive. And look where we're at now, right? You got to take these risks, you got to take these jumps. So the thing with Shangri-La, the thing with these five-star hotels and resorts, you can actually, not everyone, but you got to try it out. Because Evan, here's the thing, my guy Evan and Yao, they've been doing this for like a solid year. They've been just going straight to Shangri-La and co-working together for hours and hours, just like in the lounge, just casually surrounded by potentially super high net worth individuals, millionaires, successful like CEOs. Like we were speaking the other day. We just started a conversation with the guy, and he was the COO of this like this software, this like note-taking app. And he was just in Philippines for work. He asked us what we did, yada yada, and exchange contacts. So guys, if you can start doing this, maybe find some friends, whatever, maybe just do it solo. You'll be fine just solo. But the key is to just surround yourself in the right environment. Five-star hotels, resorts, who's gonna be staying there? Successful people, rich people, people who's got something going on, right? And it's just nice being around this the ambience, the experience. You're almost like normalizing it. You're normalizing the wealth already. You're training your brain to just find it normal. Because when you get to actually being wealthy and rich, this is just like another day. But you need to actually like start getting used to it now instead of waiting for later. That's how it works. So we go to Shangri-La, we'll co-work there. So there's so many benefits too. Another benefit about this is, so obviously surrounded by rich, successful people, you get used to the wealth already. Another thing, yep, as I said, it's easier to meet these successful people, which leads to more opportunities. And I'd say the last thing as well is because with Evan and Yao, my friends, they've been going there for like a solid year. So you know, the staff treat them amazingly. Like they always treat people amazingly, but they treat them amazingly because they're like regulars and they tip well. And then I started going, and then kind of the same effect happened too. So you get treated at a high standard by staff and people who work there. They might offer you special deals, special like ways to collect points, whatnot. And this builds status. All right. So those are the main those are the main things I took away from these just past 2 weeks going here almost every fucking day. Right? Is everything making sense so far?